Hello. There we go. Jesus Christ. Hi. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Saturday Morning Dooger. I'm your host, Dooger. And nothing went wrong just then. Everything went awesome, as it normally does. As it normally does. Didn't notice a thing. Good. Wonderful. Great. Let's read off everything that happened during the pre-show. Thank you all for being here. I hope you're having a lovely day so far. I am Herder. Thank you for the 33 months. This is Heavy Doc. Thank you for the 3. PZN for the 28. Von Monocle for the 35. Dodge This Angie. Thank you for gifting a sub to You Are the One That I Want. Welcome to your 3rd month. Thank you, Angie, for that. Acrobatic Cupcake, thank you for the 1 year. Happy anniversary. Time flies indeed. Badak, thank you for the 14. Firamus, thank you for the 18. Chiyuku for the 38. Mrs. Rigsy for the 9. Happy Twitch baby. Cruiser Uwe, thank you so much for the 32. Hero 82 for the 50. Smivka for the 28. Brosifu Brostar for the 37. Arthritic Eyeballs for the 35. Null Mass for the 27. And Kokolate Kak, thank you for the 18. I see background feline. Yes, there's 2 of them. One of them is about to jump on the other. Yep, there they go. Adorable. Adorable. That's weird. Because literally a moment ago, they were in this position, like the 2 of them next to each other. I don't know when Sherlock decided to leave and then was like, wait, but it's not as Snuggles. And then came back. But whatever. Y'all get to see some kitty snugs, so it's fine. He left to pee. I certainly hope he didn't go that way. That is not where the box is.
Welcome, you fine cat-loving, coffee-drinking burrito babe.
That's the best way anyone has ever said my name. Sick. Yeah, we're doing good. Had a lovely morning with Clark. She got up early again, but we were able to keep her awake until now, which is great because she's supposed to have her first nap around 10 a.m.-ish. But when she wakes up at like 6, it makes it a little difficult to go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4 hours is pushing it a little bit for her unless it's the afternoon. Sometimes we can do a 4-hour stint in the afternoon and she's okay. But in the morning is so hard, man. Hold on. There's a picture that Sam sent me of yesterday morning. She literally fell asleep on him. Oh, can I not find it? Yeah, look. He just fucking passed out on him. And he was like, oh, okay. Yeah, so... You really took to being a mom? Yeah, I'm enjoying the shit out of it. I love it. It's really, really fun. Clark makes it easy. She's a wonderful kid. Whenever I say that, somebody decides to be really sweet and is like, it's because you're such good parents. But Clark is honestly like just the best. So she makes my job very easy. Yeah. And another thing that I always like to say, which I still feel is totally true, is I spent my whole life being like, man, it's going to be awesome to be a mom someday. Like, I'm really looking forward to being a parent. I've been one of those people that knew that I wanted to be a parent my whole life, but wanted to make sure that I waited until I was like ready, and managed to do that. Nice. Managed to do that. Sick. And it's been a blast, and I'm so relieved. Like, wouldn't it suck to spend all this time being like, being a parent is going to be awesome? And it's just not. I'm so happy. I'm just so happy. But I do think that, like, she just has a great personality and has made it really easy for me. So, no, we are not living in England yet, but we are planning to be living in England. Loved what you did with Gerard and having Clark in the video. It was lovely. Yeah, it was really very cute. they accommodated us needing like to have Clark around, and it just wound up being so funny. Aw, Angie, thank you. Yeah, it's very fun. It's very fun. Kids, like, they grow so fast. I look at her and I'm like, when did you figure out how to do that? It's nuts. Like, every couple of days, I'm going, I don't think she knew how to do that a couple of days ago. When did that happen? Who knows? Are you bringing your Bulma collection when you move? Of course. I have to. I want to bring all of my foxes, and I want to bring all of my Bulmas, if possible. My other stuff is not as important, although I will say the idea of leaving like all my manga and stuff behind is very sad for me, but books are just so heavy. And if we're limited on like what we can bring, I would rather just like give the manga to friends and then get stuff digitally or whatever. So we'll see. Arnar, thank you so much for the gifted subs. Welcome everybody who was just gifted a sub by Arnar. Give me free manga. Danny, you want all my manga? You gotta learn Japanese real fast. That's not true. I don't know Japanese and I've had this manga forever. Yeah, Robin, it's true. Like there's just a lot that wound up working out perfectly, right? We have jobs that we do from home or can do from home. So I'm able to like do this and then be a mom for the rest of the day, which is perfect for me. Yeah. I don't care what language I need to learn for free shit. Great. Store it with family. Take some of it back when you visit. I don't want to. I've talked before about how my family is made up of a bunch of pack rats, right? If anybody in my family is watching right now, you know it's true. I'm not apologizing. I don't want to create a situation where I'm creating more clutter for other people in my family. I don't think that that's very fair. So I would rather just say, like, I want to keep these things. It's worth it for me to take these things with me. And these things I keep, even though I haven't touched them in years, which is true of like almost all of my manga. I haven't touched any of this in years. To keep it is really just to like make my shelves look better, right? Like I don't read this stuff. I will take the things that I love. Vinland Saga, love it. I will take all of my Vinland Saga with me, right? For example, I'll take Uzumaki with me, right? But the just general manga that I have not touched since I was a kid and bought it, I would much rather goes to somebody else who might use it. And only take with me what is necessary. I try to remind myself that things like books are more useful in the hands of someone who is going to read the book than in the hands of me who is using it as backdrop. Right? I like the idea of the books and manga and comics that I have being used by somebody than sitting unused in my life just so that I can say, yeah, I have like 4 different compilations of Deadpool. I haven't opened them in years, but I own them. Right? Like I could give those to a library, and somebody who really wants to read Deadpool but can't afford them can get them at the library, right? So let's be honest, nobody actually reads their manga collection. I read my Vinland Saga, and I've read Uzumaki a couple of times, and I've been able to like hand people Uzumaki to read, which has been nice. So I like the things that I really love to read, that I recommend people read all the time. If I have them in a nice form in English, because most of the people that I know can't read Japanese, it makes it easy for me to say, here you go. And I like that interaction. I like somebody being like, oh, I've never read Junji Ito, and I can go, here, read this, right? It's really good. I like being able to do that, but most of my stuff I do not do that with, so. No, we're not moving to Japan. No. No. Japan's real hot right now. No, I've never even visited Japan, so. I haven't read Vinland Saga, but I hope the anime is going to be amazing. Yo, the trailers for the anime look fantastic. I'm so excited for a Vinland Saga anime. But the manga is also great. If you would like to read the manga, I highly recommend it. It's fantastic. Unless Sam ditches you. Oh, on the Japan trip? Yeah. Do you find that your career allows you lots of opportunity to travel or move? Travel, no. There's a lot of pressure with streamers to stick around, because if you don't stream for a couple of days, you see a big dip in viewership, in subscribers, all of that stuff. So a lot of places we talk about going to, but we never took a honeymoon. We haven't been on a trip together where we didn't work in a long time. Aside from this last Christmas, we literally couldn't get it to work. We couldn't stream. So we were like, I guess we're not streaming this Christmas. And it was a very big dip in everything, but it was nice to be in a position where we were like, we literally can't work, even though we were expecting to be able to work, so yeah. And with Clark, obviously I feel conflicted about doing mobile sort of streaming, because I don't want to create a situation where somebody can come up and interact. I don't know. It's not that I don't generally trust people to not do something awful, but if I have Clark with me, I would not mobile stream, I guess is what I'm saying. So yeah. Yeah, it just happens. It just naturally happens. It has nothing to do with loyalty or community. We have an incredibly loyal community here. It has to do with visibility, right? If somebody is a Prime subscriber, say, I figure this is what happens. If somebody's a Prime subscriber, they won't think to themselves, oh, I should resubscribe unless I'm streaming, right? Because then they have a reason to come to the channel, and then they see in the top resubscribe, and they go, oh, right, I haven't resubscribed yet. The visibility and the consistency, all of these things are really, really important. And to the point that when the just chatting or the IRL category first came out, there was a lot of criticism because people were saying you're creating a situation where people literally never have to stop streaming. And is that healthy? Probably not. But for people who really stress out about analytics, they're probably going to feel pressured to literally stream every aspect of their life. So that sort of stuff is very fascinating. And I try to not focus on the numbers as much, because I know that it can really stress you out. And I am in a position in my life where I'm like, my priority is my child and my family. And, you know, being consistent with my work, but also being consistent with not working. And trying to like simplify. So for me, the way to do that is to have like structured time that I stream. And right now I have it set up where I can stream every day, right? I have like a slot every single day where I can stream, and it works out fine because I don't stream super long stints like Sam does. I do kind of like short, specific time slots, right? And it makes it so that it's easier for me to be consistent, but still feel like I got my downtime. And even then, sometimes I still have to take a day off, right? But a big part of that is not letting myself obsess over the numbers because it drives people crazy. Yeah. Do you know how many of your subs are Twitch Prime? I could probably find it in my analytics. But yeah, I think when Sam and I got engaged, we had like a long conversation about work, and obviously we both slip into the mode sometimes where it's like, no, I have to work, right? Like I have to. But it made me start thinking about how most of my time was spent not working very hard and also never really relaxing. And this happens a lot with people who are like mostly self-employed, right? Is that you feel like I really should be working, but you're not ever like focusing and just working. And you're also never like fully resting because you feel bad that you're not working, right? Like this is like a terrible cycle that a lot of self-employed people get into. They're not super productive, but they're also never relaxed. And after Sam and I had talked about this a few times, I was like, okay, if I'm gonna mostly focus on streaming, if that's gonna be like my thing now, then I need to just like make it so that this is when I stream, and when I'm not streaming, I'm like doing something else that makes me feel relaxed or is like productive in a different way, right? So that way I can start to kind of deprogram myself or program myself in a better way. So yeah. Do things like Vlogmas help? Still cuts into your personal time, but I imagine it's more controllable than live streaming during a trip. Vlogmas is only difficult because there's so much family stuff going on. Not everybody wants to be on camera. And like there's like the privacy aspect of it, right? Like I have to be filming at specific times, and I'm not the sort of person that feels comfortable just being like, I'm going to film everything and then just take the good parts, right? Because then there was a camera between me and the family time, right? So I wasn't really involved in the family time because I was filming it. So Vlogmas is really fun and I enjoy doing it. But I have to like I don't know. I have to like figure out how to do it. By Roroni Henshin. I love that name. It's so good. Sam needs to hibernate for a few months to recuperate lost sleep. Sam has always been a night person. I've met enough people to know that some people are daytime people and some people are nighttime people. Tiri is 100% a nighttime person, but she's also a full-time mom of 2 kids, right? So she does kind of what Sam does, which is she's with the kids. The kids go to bed. She streams at night. And then even after her stream is done, she stays up for a while because that's like her me time and she enjoys being up at night, right? So she's like perpetually exhausted, exactly how Sam is. For Sam like is up with the baby for however many hours while I'm doing my thing. And then like we spend a little bit of time together with the baby. And then he streams, and typically when his stream is done, he needs like decompression time, and he likes to be awake at night. I am a daytime person 100%. So for both Thierry and Sam, having kids like kind of threw a wrench in the wheel of how their brain wants to work, because they really want to just like sleep in, wake up, and then like do whatever, their stream, whatever, and be awake for most of the night. Like that's what they both really want to do, is be mostly awake in the evening. It just doesn't work that well when you have a kid that is like trying to get their rhythm on track, right? Like Clark typically, not this last week, but Clark typically wakes up at 7 and goes to bed at 7. And that's her thing. She sleeps all the way through the night, and she's fantastic, and she's great, right? But it creates a situation where sometimes Sam wakes up and is like, I slept like 3 hours. Like, fuck. So I'm a night owl, but I'm also a morning person. I am not a night person at all. Any of you who have watched my evening streams, right? When I stream in the evening on Thursdays and Sundays typically. Any of you who have watched me, you know that by the time it hits like midnight, I'm basically like zombie playing. Like I'm just like, what time is it? Fuck. Like I'm just I get tired and I get goofy, and it's just like so sleepy. So yeah, I am a daytime person. I love waking up in the morning with Clark. She's always in such a good mood in the morning. We have like this 3-hour period where it's just like quiet and nice, and we play with blocks and we sing songs, and I make a coffee and sit and chill, and she plays by herself, and it's just like, it's like peaceful, nice mornings, and I love that. It's my favorite part of the day, to be honest. But you know, if I need to do something in the morning and Sam has to get up, he's just like, I can't even keep my eyes open, right? Like he normally curls up on the floor and is just like, I love you, Clark. Have fun. I'll be here if you need me. Right? And she'll come over and like slap him in the face a bunch, and he's just like, I'm so tired. Train the cats to make the coffee. I've been doing lots of pour over coffee. It's such an easy, quick way to just make 1 cup of coffee. I've been doing a lot of pour over the last like couple of weeks, and it's nice. It's not fully analog, right? Like I still have to I use a kettle, so I still have to like turn on the kettle and shit and let it heat up and all of that. But it's really nice to just be like, all right, here's the filter, put some coffee in there, pour some water in, and it's done. Pour over is literally, you have at least mine. So I have my cup, right? And it's a thing that's shaped like a V that you put on top of your cup. And then you either use a filter, reusable filter, whatever, something to catch the coffee grounds. You put however much coffee in there you need for 1 cup of coffee, and then you take hot water and you like slowly pour it over the coffee grounds, and then it just like steeps through. And it's really quick, and it's super easy if you just want 1 cup of coffee. They're typically pretty cheap. It's cheaper than getting like a coffee machine, like a coffee maker. Yeah, and it's just nice. I thought pour over was how you make coffee. Is there a different way? Hold on. Hold up. Okay, so these are what I use. So French press is also super easy, and it's like the same process, right? You like put your coffee in there, you grind your coffee, put it in there, you put a bunch of hot water, you stir it. Typically, the coffee needs to be pretty coarse, but you stir it, and then you put this in there, like this. You let it sit for a while, and then you press it. That's why it's called a press. You press it through, and it contains all of the grounds in here, and all of this is drinkable coffee, right? So typically a French press winds up with, at least for me, for some reason, winds up with like pretty strong coffee, because you let it sit for a while. And then this is what I use for pour over. So any of you who are like coffee purists are going to be like, but it works fine. So it sits like this. You put a little filter in there. You put a couple scoops of coffee, if that's how strong you want it. However strong you want it, you put that much ground coffee in there, right? And then slowly pour some hot water from your kettle over it, unless you want to use the fancy stuff. I just use my tea kettle. Pour some hot water in there. It'll like raise all the way up to the top, and then it'll ever so slowly just like filter it through, and then you got coffee. So this is a little bit quicker, but they're both like equal amounts of work, right? And this is great for just a cup of coffee if you live by yourself or whatever. This is good. This will make like maybe 3 cups of coffee, maybe. Depends on who you are and how much coffee you want to drink. But yeah, those are like the 2 really easy ways to make coffee here, that doesn't like waste a bunch of stuff, because that's what's wrong with Keurigs, really. People are always like, oh man, when is Dodger Coffee going to do Keurigs? We have reusable Keurig cups in our house. We do have a Keurig machine. We have reusable Keurigs that you can just like put coffee grounds into and then close them and put them in there, so you're not just like creating all of these pods that are just going right into the trash, right? But like these aren't gonna break, really. You know, like the Keurig every now and then is like, I don't know, there's something wrong with the needle. And I'm like, what does that mean? What do you mean there's something wrong with the needle? And then it'll be like, you should really descale me. And I'm like, what does that mean? With these, you just wash them. You just wash them and then you move on with your life. So yeah, those are the 2 methods that I typically use to make coffee. The Keurig is the inkjet printer of the coffee world. I don't know what that means, but I'm assuming inkjet printers also say random bullshit that makes no sense. If you use distilled water, you won't need to descale. I do not use distilled water in the Keurig, but I also haven't used the Keurig in a while. Do you have an espresso machine, the ones you put on the stove? I don't. That's like how you would make like Turkish coffee and stuff too, right? Is the stovetop ones? No. My dad has like an espresso machine because he, like me, has like his processes that he likes to do. My dad makes himself a vanilla latte every morning and has consistently changed the method by which he makes his vanilla latte every morning. But eventually it was determined, you know what? I make so many vanilla lattes. Like, I make one every single day, maybe two every single day. I might as well just get a machine to make the espresso for me, right? So my dad has one, and I got him one of those little things that like foams up your milk for you, or you just press a button and it like just like but my dad uses almond milk. It doesn't work as well with almond milk, sadly. So I know. My dad gets like hyper focused on specific food things. So I've told this story before, but he went to a place, I'm trying to remember what it was called. Where I grew up, there was a place that had incredible enchiladas, and we used to go there every now and then. And it shut down, but their sauce on their enchiladas was so good that my dad spent years and years trying to make his sauce as good as the sauce at this place. And I think it got to the point where his sauce probably was as good, but he had built it up so much in his mind that he was like, no, it's not quite there. It's not right. You know, but like we would be saying, it's delicious. It's fine. But no, it was not fine. It was not fine. It wasn't good enough. Yes, I have an AeroPress, and I've never been able. I've tried it. I've tried the upside down method. I've tried the right side up method. I've tried different times, all of that, and I've never been able to get a good cup of coffee out of an AeroPress. I don't know why. I own it, but I've never been able to get a good cup of coffee out of it. So, graduated high school this upcoming Friday. I've been a fan since middle school. I wanted to say thanks for helping me get through countless assignments throughout the years, including my animation final that I'm working on right now. Oh, thank you so much, Sippin' Sodas, and congratulations. That's crazy. That's so awesome. Yo, you have an animation class in your high school? I'm so jealous. Here I am with a 10-year-old drip machine I recently found out was recalled for a safety issue. The last drip machine that I owned was the same one that Thierry has, because Thierry's used the same one for years and years and years and years. And it's the sort where you put some coffee in and you set a timer, and then in the morning it grinds up the coffee. It like grinds up the beans in the system, grinds them up, and then drip pours the coffee. And it's awesome. And I got the same one, and it broke on me over and over and over again. To be fair, I got it used, so maybe it was just already pretty broken. I don't know. But I got it when I was living in West Hollywood, so a while, like a few years ago. Maybe when I had Watson, when I gave birth to Watson, was around the time that I had that machine. And I eventually was like, this is not worth it. This is not working for me. So that sounds way too complicated. Why? You pop it open, you put the beans in, you close it, and you press a button. It's super easy. Super easy. Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if the lunch ladies have an app for their green beans. I don't know what that means. I mean, mechanically complicated. Oh, I see. Giving birth to a cat sounds rather complicated. That would be pretty complicated. Hey, Dukes, I hope all is well. Everything is good here. We're having a great morning. Life's good. Only had one tech problem right at the beginning. It's great. Crushing it. Oh my God. Wait. Can I show you guys one of the pictures that we took yesterday while we took pictures of some of the new Cat Gang merch that's going to be released. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. And Umatani sent me all of the pictures, and they're all really cute. But wait, where's the folder that they're in? Where is it? One of them is fucking hilarious, is the point. One of them is really funny because it's me and Clark. Clark started to get really upset anytime Aaron put the camera in front of his face. We don't know why. And so fuck it, it's not working. That's fine. I'll put it on Twitter or something later. So I was like, "Do you want to be in the picture?" So I picked her up and she started sobbing like instantly, and I was like, what is going on? So I started going while she was crying. There's a really fucking funny picture of both of us going. It's so good. Yeah. Wait, what? What are you talking about? When Unicorn talked you into taking Watson, you mean? What do you mean? She came over to watch Watson. Why'd you guys pick Clark as a name? We were watching the 100, and the main girl on the 100 was named Clark, and we were like, "That's a rad name." And Sam was like, "Yeah." And then when we needed to come up with names for our child, we wrote down Clark, and we both still really liked it. And Sam liked that it was like Clark Kent. So that's it. Could have sworn you said once that it wasn't inspired by that. It was. Sam gets upset when people say, "Oh, your daughter's named after the main girl in the 100," and he's like, "No." She's not named after her. We got the idea for the name from her, but she's not named after her. Did you happen to write a list of another 99 names? Yeah, we just wrote down the names of all of the kids that were dropped on Earth in the 100. Is the Neat Cat design ever coming back? I don't know. It didn't sell super well, to be honest. So we rotated it out, but
Welcome, you fine cat.
I don't know, NZ Jester. We haven't talked in a while. She moved out of state at one point, and we just kind of like fell out of touch. But I don't know. What's the design that's sold the best? Buff Boy. The Buff Boy design people love. That sold really, really well. The hats sold out almost immediately. Need to get me a Buff Boy shirt. It's still for sale in red right now for like the summer. I I've been a fan since you were making vids under your bed. When I had the loft bed. That was actually awesome. I like seeing pictures and stuff from when I was in that room with the loft bed. This is a cool thing. I used to have the same loft bed, the one from what's that the Krendor place? IKEA. Got it. Yeah, you know, the Krendor place. You know, the Krendor place. Yeah, that was when I adopted Sherlock. That was awesome. Yeah. Oh, he was so small then. You were so small then, remember? They said that they thought he was like a year old, but he got bigger. Like, just overall, he got bigger, not just fatter. Chat before you jump on my dick. I remember when you found Watson? I know, man. No, the person, if we're going to talk about like people who were sad that I adopted Watson, it was not Courtney. Definitely not. It was Ross. Ross, like, I guess somebody had told him that that there was a stray cat that needed like some food and some snuggies, and he was so excited because he was going to be there to film, I think, Friend Zone. So he like showed up with food and stuff. He was so excited to play with this kitten, and nobody had told me. I had just been like, oh, well, I mean, we should get the cat checked out and stuff. You know, I've been talking about getting a second cat if she doesn't have any like diseases or anything that she could give to Sherlock. I would love to adopt her and take her home, you know, so I'll take her to the vet right now because she's obviously like malnourished and has fleas and stuff. So everybody was like, okay, cool. So I left with Watson to take her to the vet like immediately. And then Ross showed up and was like, I'm here. Where's the kitten? I can't wait. And everybody was like, oh, Brooke took it to the vet to get it checked out. And he was like, oh. It's like really sad. I felt so bad. Betrayed. I know. I had no idea. I didn't know. Nobody told me that he was like super excited to show up and like feed the kitty and stuff. Yeah. So every time he comes over and like plays with the cats, he's like, Watson. He's just like has this like special place in his heart for her. I found a stray cat at my door. She's not afraid of humans. She just comes around every night for food. She could be a barn cat from next door. It's so tough, right? Because like for a while there, everybody was like, yeah, if you're going to have an indoor-outdoor cat, like make sure that it has a collar on. And now they're saying even breakaway collars sometimes don't work right. And like cats can choke. And like it happened to a friend of mine. A friend of mine got a cat and it had a breakaway collar on and the breakaway didn't work. And the cat died. Like super sad. So they now, for the most part, they're like, if it's indoor outdoor, just make sure it's chipped. Like, don't put a collar on it. Which is crazy. So, like, cats can, like, show up at your door, and you have to just kind of be like, well, you seem chill with humans. So I figure you belong to somebody. Maybe. Yeah. you can get microchips put into your animals so that if they're taken into the pound or something, they'll scan them to see if they have a chip, and if they do, it'll say like the name of the owner and the address. So if your cat is indoor outdoor, or if your dog runs away or something, if it's picked up by animal control or by the pound or something like that, they'll call you and be like, hey, we have your animal, instead of your animal potentially like being put into the system and like all of that. So my cats just learned to remove their collars. We stopped putting them on. Yeah. Sherlock had a collar for like a hot minute, but he just got so girthy that I was like, I'm going to need to get an even bigger collar for him. And he doesn't go outside anyway. So there's no point. I'm just going to not put a collar on him. In my mind, it was, well, if he escaped, he'd have something on him. But again, he's microchipped and he never cared about going outside anyway. It isn't until the last like half a year that we've been living here that he started being like, yo, I'd like to go outside. I'm just like, But typically if I tell him to come inside, he does. So there's that. But sometimes when we're like bringing in groceries or something and we leave the door cracked, he's like, yo, and like runs out the door. I'm like, okay. But he does not go far. He literally like goes into our front lawn. And then if I'm like, come on, get inside, he's like, okay. But mom. Yeah, Watson also does the thing where if Watson manages to get into the backyard, our backyard has like really tall walls, so they can't get out. So sometimes we let Sherlock walk around in the backyard, but we think Watson might be allergic to something out there, so we don't typically let her out. But if she manages to get out there, she's the sort of cat where if she leaves and then I close the door, she's like, wait a minute, what are you closing the door for? I'm like, well, it's cold and you weren't supposed to go out there, so just let me know when you're done. And she's like, wait, I'm done though. I'm done. Don't close the door. I'm done. I don't want to be out here. I was just being sassy. I think that if we lived somewhere that was a bit more like country, I think the cats would really like to be indoor outdoor. I don't think they would do well with the ecosystem of like stray city cats. I don't think that they would do well with that. But also Sam is really worried that Sam's family has had the problem where people have just tried to like keep their cats. Like their cats are all indoor outdoor and their cats will just like vanish sometimes, and then they'll see them in the window of somebody else's house and be like, that's my fucking cat. Like, why is my cat in your house? Right? So Sam's like, I don't trust people in the city with indoor outdoor cats. Like, I think that they'll just take our cats. So, and unfortunately, I don't trust the cats to be good indoor outdoor cats and not get like into a fight or so. If we were like living in a place where they could be like indoor outdoor like kind of barn cats, I think they would love that. I think they would really thrive in that situation, but I don't think that they would be good city cats. Oh my gosh, I couldn't watch last week because I graduated college. I've been watching since before I started college, and I just graduated in game design. Hopefully one day you'll all be able to play a game I made. Oh, Cruiser, congratulations. That's so awesome. Would they like going to cat parks? I don't know what a cat park is. We have a lot of dog parks out here. I don't think we have cat parks. My parents had a feral kitten they raised called Misty. They got rid of him when they had my sister. One day he came back through the cat flap with half of a neighbor's pet rabbit. Oh my God. So they were just like, this is an unsanitary situation with our new baby. Yikes. Where I live, you have to worry about coyotes and birds of prey because pets go missing. Yeah, that happened. Where I grew up, that happened all the time. So we didn't ever have any cats that we specifically like got. What happened, for some reason, what would happen out in the country is, like where I grew up, is people would have a litter of kittens and be like, I don't know what to do with these. And they would either leave them in a box, like next to the grocery store, basically like, somebody take these, or they would just release them. And people released cats onto our property all the time. So we would wind up with cats that weren't really ours, but like they lived on our property. And so we'd see them all the time. Yeah, they would disappear and we'd be like, probably coyotes. Like that's just how it is. Coyotes ate a couple of our horses. They killed one of our dogs. Like it's nuts out there. Coyotes definitely are no joke when it comes to pets. But yeah. Yeah. Cause our old fence, when I was like a kid, like a little kid, one of our fences, the horses could like kind of jump over like a certain part of it. And so we kept like fixing it, making it higher, like trying to make it as sturdy as possible. And there was just like this one horse that could always get out. And it disappeared and we didn't know what happened to it and we couldn't find it. And then when my dad was out in the like backwoods, he found its skeleton and was like, the coyotes got it. So yeah, it's nuts. 'Cause like coyotes are like pack hunters, right? So they can overwhelm something. It turned into a skeleton. Case solved. It found a witch out in the woods and the witch turned it into a skeleton horse. What did your dad do in the backwoods? So we have like nearly 100 acres in Oregon. Almost all of it is just wild growth. I wish, God, wouldn't it be amazing if like, I understand why England does this. So in England, I don't know what the rules are now, like the laws now, but they've been changed recently, I guess. But for a while there, it was like, we want to encourage the natural English ecosystem. So if you have acreage and you don't do anything with it, you just let wildlife be what it is, you let the foliage be what it is, like just let it do its thing, then you will get money from the government as like a thank you for encouraging the ecosystem of England and not like tearing all the trees down and whatever else. They do that in England because they're small and like land is precious, right? In Oregon, if they did that, we'd be set. Because we have so much land that's just like, we don't do anything with it. Yeah. So my sister-in-law Nancy, Sam's sister, she is an agriculture student, specifically focusing on like animal husbandry stuff, but she had to learn a bunch of stuff about everything, right, to get her degree. And she was saying they've changed it recently because what wound up happening is all of these like lords and whatever that have this land from way back when that has just been in the family. They would just be like, oh, well, I don't need to sell that land then. It's more profitable for me to just never sell it and just leave it alone and not do anything with it, which, yes, encourages the ecosystem, but creates a situation where it's so difficult for people in England to like get property, to get land, right? So yeah, so I think they made it so it's still around, but up to a point. Like it can only be a certain amount of acreage, I think. Something like that. I did animal management and applied science at university in UK. There's all kinds of crazy laws. Yeah, it's nuts. Like it makes sense, right? Again, because it's an island. Like you can only expand so much, while still trying to preserve England. Right? So, yeah. But yeah, isn't Sam a lord? I don't believe so. If he is, and if someone can provide proof, that would be great. Your hairband thing looks so pretty. Thank you. I haven't used it in a while. Excuse me. Excuse me. One of the so I'm like really interested in foraging. Because on our farm, it was because I grew up with it, it was easier to like look at things and know what they were, right? Obviously I can't do that in California. I don't know the stuff that grows out here really, and I don't have an opportunity to see it very much. But I was talking about it with Lee, with my mom-in-law, and she was like, "Oh, people in England are super into foraging. Like there are all kinds of foraging groups you can be part of where you learn about all of the plants and stuff." So she was like, "If you wanted to get back into that once you come to England, it'll be very easy." So now I'm all fucking jazzed. England's all like they've got all kinds of wild mushrooms and shit that you can learn about and all of this stuff. Like, yeah. There was an episode, I can't remember which one. So Chef's Table on Netflix is a pretty good show. I would say it's like kind of hit or miss for me, but there are episodes that are really, really interesting to me that aren't as focused on like modern chefiness, if that makes sense. The more like farm to table sort of episodes are more interesting to me. But there was an episode where the chef in question like had hired this old man who literally could like walk through what just looked like a field of weeds and be like, "That's edible, that's not, that's poisonous, that's nothing." Like nothing was a weed for him, right? There were no weeds. It was like every plant had its purpose and its reason to be there, and he knew all of it. And so he was the one who was hired by this chef to like cultivate and understand all of the naturally like growing shit that was out there. And I was like, can you imagine being that guy? Like somebody out there is probably that guy. Like one of you is probably that guy who can just walk outside and be like, I know what all this shit is, right? I've been around it my whole life. I know what all of it is. And I was talking with my mom and I was like, it kind of makes me sad because when I think about myself, there's probably a version of me in an alternate universe that just stayed in Oregon and can kind of do that, right? In Oregon, I could probably walk around in the woods and be like, yeah, I know what pretty much all of this is and I know what it's for. And I would love to be that person, but obviously like going back and living in Oregon, I don't think is in my cards. I don't think that I'll ever live in Oregon again. But I'm interested in like if we're able to move to England and I'm able to have even just like a tiny itty bitty bit of land, right? If I'm in more of like a country situation, I would love to to like kind of try to acquaint myself with what England plant life is like. They hired Radagast the Brown. A little cleaner, but yeah. This is what happens when you don't make herbology a dump stat. I love the term dump stat so much. That's what I'm trying to do in Oregon right now. I'm not from here, so everything is new and exciting. Yo, I believe in you. I believe in you. Would you ever want horses again? I don't know. I want chickens. I miss having chickens. I thought chickens were awesome. I don't know that I want like big animals really. The closest I think I would get is probably pigs. I like pigs a lot. I like chickens, but I don't really have an interest in having sheep ever. Sheep were a nightmare when I was a kid. I hated them. I like interacting with them. I don't want to own them anymore. Yeah. I don't think I would want horses. But here's the cool thing. Nancy wants all that shit. She wants the horses and the cows and all of that. Because again, her focus is on like breeding and stuff. So I'm like, great. Nancy, you have all those. I'll come over and hang out with them and help sometimes and get my fix on those animals. And I don't actually have to deal with that. What about alpacas? Alpacas are difficult because look, this is gonna sound like I'm putting too much personality on an alpaca, right? Alpacas are like small llamas. Alpacas, well, llamas, so sometimes when you have a herd of sheep, you'll get a llama because llamas are much more aggressive, and llamas will sometimes kind of become like the mom for all of the sheep. And if something like a coyote were to show up and be like, yo, I want some of them sheep, the llama will just kick the shit out of it, right? So yeah. So a lot of people out where we lived would sometimes have like a bunch of sheep and then a llama or a couple of llamas, and they would all get along great. And then alpacas became a big thing. Like, oh, alpacas are really nice because they're like smaller llamas, basically. And when I was helping on a farm, when I was a farmhand for a lady who had a bunch of alpacas, the alpacas bullied the shit out of me. They were so fucking rude. They were so rude. And everybody would be like, the alpacas are so nice. Why? What do you mean? They're so sweet. And the lady who owned the farm was like, it's probably because you're small. Because nearly everybody else who worked there was taller than the alpacas, right? But I was smaller than the alpacas, and they would fucking bump into me and do all kinds of shit. And I'd be like, leave me alone. So everybody was like, oh shit. They realized that like you're the only person who's smaller than them, so they're bullying you. So I was like, you know what? I don't want alpacas. They suck. Yeah, so my sister works on a rescue. Not even the tigers that they have are as mean as the alpacas because people were so mean to them and bugged them all the time. Oh shit. So like people would be like, oh, look at the alpacas. And they finally were like, you know what? Humans should be eradicated. All the other animals are like, humans are pretty dope. They feed us. We just chill. The alpacas are like, no, fuck humans. We're going to kill them all. It's over. Once we rise up, y'all better recognize. They had enough. They spit and ran into people all the time. Maybe that's what was going on the farm. They were like, yo, we can't fight the big people, but we can fight the small person. I was like, I'm just trying to feed you. goats. I have people that I work with that breed them, milk them. We get the meat and cheese. It's great. I like goat cheese. Yeah. I've never eaten goat before, I don't think. But I like goat cheese. Goats are cute. They're very fun. They try to eat your clothes, though. They try to eat your clothes all the time. Not my favorite. Remember when you played the alpaca dating sim? I do. I do remember that. That was very silly. I want those little yoga goats. Yoga goat. Wait, what the fuck? We gave goat yoga a try. Goat yoga, a hit on a New Hampshire farm. What? Goat yoga is the latest craze. I can't look at this right now, but holy shit. Everybody go look up goat yoga. Oh my god. So I didn't raise pigs. I wasn't really around for the pigs or like cognizant for the pigs. I didn't ever help out with them. But my mom had a lot of trouble with pigs because pigs are very intelligent, in much the same way that children, depending on your behavior, can wind up being more whiny or entitled or spoiled if they think that they can behave a certain way to get their way. That's how pigs are. So pigs can wind up being smart and mean really easily. Yeah, they require some like interaction discipline, right? You need to know how to behave around pigs, which kind of stresses me out. And the idea of owning a pig is like, I don't want to wind up with a pig that's like an entitled piece of shit. So I would probably want to like work with pigs a little bit before I got a pig, just so that I kind of understand their behavior a bit better. Because I've seen pigs on farms and I've interacted with pigs, but I've never like tried to like feed a pig or any of that. So pig bully. Oh, Senna, don't worry about it. Thank you so much, though. That's very sweet. I'm glad that you can tune in on Saturdays. Hopefully this is entertaining. There's an American couple that bought a teacup pig, in quotes, but it grew up to be huge. Now it sleeps on a mattress in their living room and knows how to open the fridge. Yeah, honestly, that kind of thing happens a lot, where people are like, oh, I just want one of those cute little tiny pigs. And people are like, well, I've got a baby pig, so it's a teacup pig. And people will buy them being like, look at this adorable little pig, but it's a baby. And it just like keeps getting bigger. I had to feed the pigs at my college before cleaning them to distract them, or else they would try and eat your feet instead. Yeah, chickens can be that way. If you try to like take chicken eggs before you've fed them, they'll peck the shit out of you, man. They're like, what are you doing with our eggs? I'm like, nothing. Nothing. Chickens and I have a complicated background, but I've interacted with chickens in more positive ways since then. But I used to get the chickens used to peck the shit out of me, and I would cry and run out of the hen house. Did they bully you because you were almost as tall as them? How dare you? I am bigger than a chicken. Thank you very much.
We need a side-by-side comparison. All right, I'll get chickens. When we move to England, I'll get chickens, and then I'll film the chickens, and I'll stand next to them, and you can all decide whether or not I'm the size of a chicken. Does that make you feel better? Yes, it does. Great. We have a few packages to open, so let's go ahead and do that. I've been chatting for a while now, but we do have packages that we can open here. So we're going to transition into the TY segment of today. These are all things that have been sent to me by y'all, so thank you very much. As always, I will not be opening like envelopes or reading letters. Because most of the time they come with a little caveat of like, please don't read this on stream. So I was like, cool, easy. So I read those off camera, but any of the like packages I open on camera. So let's see. Like this, Dodger for off stream. Nice, well done. Clark can be read on stream. Oh, Pal and Sal. Speaking of horsies, level 2 reader. Oh, what does level 2 mean? Longer sentences, simple dialogue, pictures and context clues, in-depth plot development, nonfiction or fiction. Oh my. Level 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 is if you're fluent. We're not there yet. Okay, let's see what this letter for Clark says. Okay. Oh, happy birthday, Clark. Howdy, Dodger, Sam, and Clark. I don't know when this will reach you, but I wanted to give this book to Clark for her first birthday. It was my favorite book when I was growing up. I hope Clark will enjoy it as much as I did. I can't believe she's growing up so fast. From Ghoulcat on Twitch. Ghoulcat, are you here? If you're here, what's up? Thank you very much. If you're going to watch the VOD later, what's up? Thank you very much. Pal and Sal. Oh, look at them. They're hanging out. Oh no, why is he looking in the window? There's Billy, and there are Billy's friends. Pal wants a friend too. Oh no. Pal, are you going to find Sal? The children see Pal. Look, they say, Pal wants to come to school. The teacher says school is for children, not for ponies. He wants to learn. Let him learn. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'll put it with the books. Spoilers. Okay. What is this? Oh my God. Can I just say, I love when my name on a package is Dodger. It's my favorite. Every now and then, someone sends me something where the first and last name have been put in as Dodger. So it just says, Dodger. I'm like Mario. I love it. It makes me laugh. As a teacher, I would let a horse into my classroom anytime. Yo. What is this? Is there anything else in there? It's so soft. What is this? Oh my God. Yo, big old blankie. This is fucking cool. I don't know what it is, but it's rad as hell. Oh my God, it's got a hood on it. Huh. Yes. Hello. this. That's from me, Arnar. Thank you so much. It was supposed to arrive a while ago. I ordered it while I was at sea. Oh, what? Hold on. Yes. Hello. Welcome. Perfect. I'll just leave it here. This will be my streamy blanket. This is so nice. It's all like fluffy on the inside and everything. Thank you so much, Arnar. I think I just saw an ad for those the other day. Yo, it's nice. It's nice. I like it. Thank you. For Vinland Saga Nights. The size should also fit Sam if he wants. Oh, we shall see. I'll make him put it on later. Thank you, Arnar. That's very sweet. Dodger. Oh no. How do I open? Oh no. Yeah! Okay, got it. Okay. Whew, Jesus Christ. I didn't want to get up and get scissors, okay, chat? Oh, fan gamer. Is there a receipt or anything in here? No. Okay, it's from Fangamer. Okay, all right. Is that how Clark was born? No, if you'll recall, I laughed Clark out of my body. It's a good story. It's a good story, and it's true. What is this? What are you? Darkest dungeon. Darkest dungeon. Darkest dungeon. Oh my god. Oh my god. I was really sad because there was like a collector's edition version of the physical Darkest Dungeon that like came with all of this stuff, and I was like, oh my god, I wish I had seen that before. But then I believe that this was sent to me by them, if I recall. Yes. Yo. Oh, it is from you. It's from Thorfinn. I wanted to celebrate you winning the game. Oh, thank you. Amazing. Okay, this is different from what I thought it was. It's a different game. You're a proud owner of the Darkest Dungeon limited edition diorama set. Yo! This is fucking cool. Look at all these. Look at all these. This is so cool. So you've got like the backgrounds and all the characters. Oh shit, they're all falling out. This is awesome. So cool. Thorfinn, thank you. Look at that. That's awesome. Right? It's pretty heckin' cool. That's pretty heckin' cool.
Welcome, you fine cat-loving.
Used to be a lot of people would use your middle name as your last name. Yeah, because I originally, when I started doing internet things, I listed myself as Dodger Lee because I wanted to preserve my privacy. I wasn't sure like what all was like bad for people to know versus good for people to know. So I was like, oh, I'll just use my like middle name as my last name, basically. But everybody knows my name now, so heck it. Yay, that's super cool, Thorfinn. Thank you. Sorry, I mistook what it was. But that's awesome. It's a very cool surprise. Thank you. Dodger confirmed. Yes, that's my actual name is Dodger. Dodger Lee Dodger. Yes. Yes, good. My perfect name. Dodger Lee Dodger. Oh no. Okay. This is from Etsy. To Dodger. Clark's mom, Dodger. Yes. What's this? Oh my god. She's gonna lose her fucking mind. She's gonna lose her mind. That's so cute. Baby Clark, do 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 do. Baby Clark, do 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 do. She's gonna lose it. That is so cute. Who sent that? Hi, Dodger and fam. Dodger, your streams always brighten my mood. I love when little Clark pops in to say hi and ayaya. From Ekiyano in chat. Are you here? Oh my gosh. That is so freaking cute. Ayaya. Did Clark already make an appearance? No, not today. She's still asleep, I think. Yo. Hello, Ekiyana in the VOD. This is adorable. Clark is gonna love it. Very exciting. Pull the line and cut it before use. Pull the line. Oh my god. Does it do something? Oh my god. It plays the fucking song. Can I stop it is the question. I can! Oh my god, if you squeeze it again, it stops. Holy shit, this is the best gift in the world. This is actually amazing. Wow. That's awesome. Wow, she's gonna love that. Holy shit. And I love that I can stop it from continuing. Wait, I'm gonna actually get scissors because otherwise I'll forget. Sherlock. Oh my god. That's incredible. That's incredible. Wait, what store is that from? Personalized singing baby shark. Right. From Etsy. But what store? Amy's Shirts and Such is the name of the Etsy store. If you are like me and have a child who would lose their goddamn shit over this. That is so cute. Thank you so much. That shark is going to get lost at some point in quotation marks. Nah, man. Oh my god, but actually, so one of Clark's favorite toys has been the Georgie pig that we have. She loves it. She loves Georgie pig. And we took it to the grocery store. And as I was leaving, I realized that she didn't have it. And I was like, where is it? So she had like thrown it at some point, and I didn't know when. We looked all over like a walk to the grocery store that should have taken like half an hour. I was gone for 2 hours because we were looking all over the grocery store, We went to the like lost and found, or like the like customer service desk, and I was like, is there a pig, stuffed pig back there? And they were like, so I'm so sad. Very sad. No, we couldn't find it. Next time that I go in, I think I'm going to ask again, see if somebody like found it and turned it in. But I think what wound up happening is somebody found it and just took it. Just sad. It's very sad.
Okay. Oh, this is also from Arnar.
Oh, I've already contacted the English family and said, hey, can you grab another Georgie pig for us? And we'll pay for it because we lost the other one. So there's another Georgie pig on the way. Aww. Oh, I hear them walking around up there. Thank you, Arnar. What is this? Oh my gosh. It's another mini. Yo, that's so cool. Arnar made us another mini with a little paw on it. That's so cool, Arnar. That's awesome. The other one is right over there. Oh, man. What? That's so cool. Thank you. Thank you, Arnar. Pog. Judge Dredd theme. I had to Google Georgie Pig, and now I know. Yeah, on Peppa Pig, it's the little brother who's obsessed with dinosaurs. And Clark, as some of you know, has taken to, if we say the word dinosaur out loud, she growls. Much like Georgie Pig does, which is adorable. So even like she has 2 different dinosaur themed like sleeper outfits for nighttime. And if we say like, do you want to dress like a dinosaur? She like smiles really big and goes, ah. It's really cute. But like, so she loves Georgie Pig. And of course, that's the only toy we've ever lost is Georgie Pig. I'm so sad. Okay. Oh, I think these are more books. From 3rd editions. Oh, dang. Yo, what do we got? The Strange Works of Taro Yoko. Holy shit. Oh my god, this book's gonna be amazing. Yo, if next week is gonna be read a chapter every day week, that's awesome. That book is fantastic. I really enjoyed reading it. I can't wait. That's awesome. And then what's the other one they sent us? Oh, a Dead Cells book. The visual making of Dead Cells. What? Yo, all of these books that they've sent us have been so fucking cool. Yeah. Dive into the mind of a strange and fascinating game director. And then an official book produced in collaboration with the creators. First book of a new collection, halfway between art book and making of. Very cool. I know, man. Hold on. I really want to pop this one open. These are such like, if anybody is the sort of person that really wants like a coffee table book, you know, these are such cool versions of that. The third edition books. All of the third edition books that we've gotten are awesome. Like, they're so cool. They're really nicely made. Yo. Super cool. Title experiments. That kind of stuff's fun too. To just like see like the whole process of like what they decided on and what was on the table and what was taken off the table. That's awesome. That stuff's really cool. Yo, I really want to read that Taro Yoko book though. Awesome. Yay! That's what we got. It's a company called Third Editions. So they've on TY in the past they've we've gotten like a, I think we got a Dark Souls one and a Zelda one. Yeah, they just make like really high quality like video game books basically. Oh, I hear somebody. Clark, do you want to see a really cool gift somebody got you? Ready? It's a little shark. I know. And guess what? It says Clark on it. And when you squeeze it, it's just like, what the fuck? And Daddy, if we squeeze it again, it stops, which is a delight. Isn't that cute? Do you want to take that with you? Yeah, it's yours. It's all yours. There you go. There you go. So happy. So happy. Can I have that? Oh. Her concentration face is so intense right now. Like, what is this? Hi.
It's the end. It's the end. It's the end. It's the end. Ice?
She likes it. She likes it. She looks like Sam when she concentrates. 100%. They have the same concentration face. Big smiles. Big smiles. Huh. Mwah. Wiggles more. I need more. Yeah. Sometimes when she's like listening to something or we're doing something and it stops, she'll like do this to signify like again. It's just so funny. Huh. Can you say hi? Hi. Ugh, she says. Ugh. What an embarrassment of riches. You've got a little duck. And we've got shark. What's her face in?
Up.
Up? Up where?
Up.
Shark? Yeah, shark. Yeah. And duck.
Duck.
Duck. Good job. Duck. What's Daddy doing? Daddy, can you sit in for me for a second? I have to pee so bad.
Sure.
Okay. You're gonna get some Sam and Clark time. Daddy, 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 Daddy. Okay. Straight me.
Mwah. Morning, chat. Sam's been asleep. Oh! Hello. Look at her face. Where's mommy going? You like this guy. Duck. What? What's the prophecy today? Sam, try the blanket on chair. It's alright. Our Twitch blanket is the best blanket, dude. Who that?
Hi.
Did you turn my hot water off that I was going to use to wash up bottles?
I just washed a bottle. I've got the milk going.
I'll let you off. It's a cult cloak?
Yeah, you're sitting on it.
Where's my cult?
That's a terrible gift.
Mommy shark, daddy shark, doo 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 doo, daddy shark, doo 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 doo, daddy shark, doo 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 doo, daddy shark.
She's trying to dunk.
Shark doo 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 doo, grandma shark doo 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 doo, grandma shark doo 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 doo, grandma shark. Shark doo 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 doo, grandpa shark doo 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 doo, grandpa shark doo 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 doo, grandpa shark. Hunt doo 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 doo, let's go hunt doo 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 doo, let's go hunt doo 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 doo, let's go hunt. Way doo 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 doo, run away doo 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 doo, run away doo 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 doo, run away. Safe at last doo 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 doo, safe at last doo 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 doo, safe at last doo 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 doo, safe at last.
Have you guys seen
What?
Sam's haircut?
Clark, you want milk? Can I trade you?
What the fuck? Alright.
Here, I'll take these into the other room for you.
What are you reading? You reading chat?
Okay. You're released.
Say bye-bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye, love you. Mwah. Bye bye, love you.
Bye, mama.
Here. Take your cult cloak. Perfect. Good. Excellent.
I can't see.
Take it off.
Oh my god, what are you doing? Help. Help me. Get off.
Oh my god. Almost killed my husband. Okay. Everybody, I'm back. Oh, shit. So, the banana chip experiment continues. I thought that I made them the same thickness, but maybe I didn't. These ones are not as crisp as the other ones were. But I also did apple chips at the same time. And the first time, the banana chips were at the top rack. And this time, banana chips were second rack and apple chips were top rack. So I might swap them next time and do bananas on top and apples on bottom. Because these are like, they aren't crisp like the last ones were. Which would be a problem for long-term storing. But just to like have a snack, it's not that big of a deal because I'll probably eat them all today. How did you make such a cute baby? No idea. Luck of the draw. Bye, Mabosha. Thank you for hanging out. The apples turned out fine. Hold on, I'll grab them. So these are the apples. Last time, I used Granny Smith, and they turned out really good. I coated them in cinnamon, and they turned out great. These ones are Red Delicious with just cinnamon on them, and they're not as sweet, which surprises me, but they are very crisp. They're still good. They're just not as sweet as the green apples were. I think what I might do is just get like one of a bunch of different types of apples and just see what tastes best with cinnamon. They're pretty good. I shouldn't eat all of them. Sam might want some. So yeah, these turned out much more like chippy. These ones not as much. I could add just like an hour onto the drying time and it might make all the difference, but I don't know. Yeah, these just aren't like, they aren't crisp like the last ones were. And the only two factors that are different that I can tell is what rack they were on. And I put cinnamon on these ones as well. I don't know if the cinnamon would make much of a difference, really, but maybe. Bend one. So it broke, but it didn't like snap. I have a dehydrator, yeah. I asked for one for my birthday a couple years back from my mom. And I used it a little bit, but I hadn't used it a ton. So I'm trying to like get into the groove of if we have things that are going bad or if I can get a lot of something for really cheap, then I should do some dehydrating experiments. So like I was telling Chat yesterday, my grocery store has started doing like red band bananas, which basically means all of the bananas that are just single bananas like sitting around with all the bushels. Most people don't grab the single bananas, so they just take a bunch of the single ones and just wrap them up and say like they're half price. So I'm just getting like bushels of like 6 single bananas instead of a put together like 3 banana thing. So I get more out of it, and then I can just like dehydrate some and like experiment a little bit. Fortunately, for any of you who are like, isn't that torture for Sam? It doesn't make the house smell like bananas. When we do the cinnamon apples, the whole house smells like cinnamon, which is rad. Yeah, you can do jerky in it. I can do like my own fruit roll-ups, so to speak. You can do all kinds of stuff in it. But you can also do those things in the oven. The dehydrator just makes it kind of more straightforward, basically. I have a Nesco Garden Master, I think is what it's called. My sister-in-law had one that's like, if you go on Amazon, it's like the first dehydrator that shows up, I think, if you search for dehydrators, but it's like a black one
that's like a square, and it's got like trays that slip in and out like this. Mine is like a big white one, and there's a top, and then you can get however many, you can like adjust it to be taller or shorter, basically. So you could, if you dehydrated a ton, you could get like 10 trays and just like stack them all on top of each other and then put the top on it. But I think they warn that the more stuff that's in there and the more trays there are, the longer it'll take to get everything fully dehydrated, which is what I think might have happened with this, is that I was using 2 racks at the same time. And even though they were similar things, so they needed like the same temperature and like the same amount of time, just by virtue of there being more, it might not have done the job as well. So if I added like a couple more hours or something onto it, it might make all the difference. Amazon says I've bought it. What? That's so weird. Does Clark like bananas? She loves them. Yeah, loves them. We're trying not to just feed her like a shit ton of the same fruit or the same vegetable all the time, because then she stops liking it as much, oddly enough. Starches are hard to dehydrate without discoloring. I've just heard that starches in general are just hard to dehydrate for whatever reason. Yeah, you can do it in the oven. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff online. The next thing that I would love to try, that I might try during tomorrow's stream. So I was talking about the dehydrating stuff yesterday, and I said that Sunday nights are study hall. So I just work on like whatever and invite people to work on whatever, and we listen to chill music and just do our thing. And I was saying maybe on Sunday I'll just like prep a bunch of food and throw it in the dehydrator. One of the things that I really want to try is like a really common snack that you can get for babies are little like yogurt drops. And you can totally make those in the dehydrator. I don't know if they'll be the same or if they'll keep the same, but if I can make something even similar, that would be awesome. So I want to try that. I might try that tomorrow. I don't know, Orion. Maybe. I'm not sure. My nephew makes jerky in his, but I don't know anybody who's tried to do like salmon or anything. Yeah, Arnar, I did glue it back together. Gonna definitely try the oven first. Yeah, definitely you should. I think it's just like low temp for a long period of time with an oven, I think is what they recommend. But yeah, so like this stuff takes 10 hours. So next time I might try 12, which is perfect because it just happens overnight, right? Hi, buddy. But yeah. I've been finding a lot of spiders. And then we ran into one of our neighbors yesterday, and he was like, yep, spraying my house for spiders. And I was like, oh, is everybody having a spider problem right now? But they're all like, none of them are scary spiders. They're just spiders. So I'm like, yo, if you want to eat all the weird gnats and shit that keep showing up in my house, feel free. So I'm not about to mess with their shit. They can live. They can do their thing. Were there more packages open? Nope, that's it. That's all of it. So dehydrated food is more, it's just a preservation process. So it's like along the same lines, although very, very different. It's along the same lines of like canning. It's a way to take food and make it just last a lot longer. People really like dehydrated fruit here because it heightens the natural sweetness of the fruit. A lot of recipes will say like, oh, just add like a little bit of sugar. You really don't need to. They're plenty sweet on their own. So for both of these, I put cinnamon on them. The cinnamon on the apples specifically is really, really good. But things like jerky got really big because of, like Old West, having jerky in your pack while you're just like out in the middle of nowhere, cowboy camping. You would have something that you could eat and the meat wouldn't go bad. So it's just like for long-term food storage, really. But like for things like the yogurt drops, that's really nice for a baby, right? Because it's something that just melts the second it's in your mouth, and it's supposed to keep really well. Like the ones that you get at the store obviously keep really well, but if it's only, a couple of ingredients, will it still keep really well? Those are the kind of experiments that I'd like to do because I have the dehydrator, so why not? Oh gosh. Yeah, I'm sorry. We don't have a lot of scary spiders here. In Oregon, it's like brown recluses are the ones that people are most scared of, I think. But overall, most spiders are fine. And in California, I think I've seen one spider that had any kind of like bright coloring on it really or anything like that. So most of the time that's just what we call daddy long legs or just like itty bitty spiders, and I don't really worry about them. I just kind of like take them outside or just let them chill in my house. Yeah, but depending on where you live, the idea of spreading like don't be scared of spiders. Like in Australia, everybody's scared of spiders because they're all deadly, right? Or so I've come to understand. In the UK, the spiders are just bros. Perfect. Yeah. Brown widows. I've never looked up a brown widow, but I get the feeling that it would be beneficial if we moved on from the conversation of spiders in general. Baby shark haunting us forever in the background. I know. It's getting good use already. Yeah, I hadn't even thought about that either. Sam's dad was outside doing something and saw a little like garden snake and was like, hey, I feel like I should probably ask, are there any snakes that I should be like concerned about out here? And I was like, oh, not really, I don't think. Dehydration is awesome, but pickled is ew. Oh, I love pickles. Gherkins. I love pickles. The other thing that I would love to start getting into is fermenting. I want to like try making my own sauerkraut.
It's good for your gut.
Etc. I also just fucking love sauerkraut. So I'm like, why not? Learn how to make my own sauerkraut. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, or kimchi. I'm not a huge fan of kimchi, but I know a lot of people who love kimchi. So that's a good option for anybody who does. I love sauerkraut. Granny Doogs, it's good for your gut. Yeah, I'm I'm gonna be the grandma who's just like, what are you eating? Breakfast? Put a little sauerkraut on it. It's good for your gut. And my poor little British grandchildren will be like, ugh. Yo, Krendor is like the probiotic king. He's like he's the first one to be like, eat more fermented foods, eat probiotics, like do all of these things. My gut's all fucked up, but you can keep yours okay. Sauerkraut in my cornflakes. Yeah, you know. Put a little Windex on it. But for me, it'll be sauerkraut. Krendor's been on the yogurt train for years. Yeah. Well, I mean, Krendor's been dealing with like intestinal body stuff for so long. He and I were talking a while back, like he keeps like food journals and all kinds of stuff because he like needed to figure out what was hurting him and what wasn't. So he had to be like really meticulous about what he ate, keeping track of what he's eating, keeping track of how he feels after he eats, like all of that stuff. So he's actually like super knowledgeable about like gut health and all of that. I drink kombucha. Does that count? Absolutely. I wasn't subbed. I fixed it. Thank you, McJazz Hands. I appreciate it. My girlfriend had to do that for a few years. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people would probably benefit from that. Like, I've talked with people before who have just had slight discomfort when eating for their entire life, and it's just so normal for them, you know? And, like, probably they could try eliminating stuff and feel a lot better, or try incorporating something else and feel a lot better. But it's just like so normal for them, which I get to an extent, because there are things like I'm slightly lactose intolerant, right? So if I have a bunch of milk or if I have cream, I feel totally different. It's manageable. It's not that bad, but I don't feel good, right? Like imagining feeling that way all the time and just being like, I guess this is just how I feel. And really, if I like went through and just changed how I eat to experiment a little bit, I might have just a better quality of life overall. Like, I think it's worth trying to do that if you don't feel good all the time, you know? Bye, Mr. Sonic Gen. Yeah. I had really bad acid problems as a kid. Really bad. When I've talked about going to, when I did my backpacking trip with my brother, the reason that I didn't see any of Rome was because we realized that the cheapest thing to get in Italy at the time, for whatever reason, was orange juice. And so we had just been drinking tons and tons and tons of orange juice. And me overproducing acid anyway, it made me feel really sick, like really, really sick. And my brother was like, oh, it's probably because you probably shouldn't be having all that acid, right? So I had to start incorporating like a bunch of bitters into what I was eating, but it made me feel really awful for a few days. And each place that we went to on this trip, it was just like 1 or 2 days, right? So I didn't see Rome at all because I just felt awful. And I realized that things that are very citrus based, things that are very acidic, like coffee, sometimes I have a bad reaction to, and I have to like cut back on them or just not drink them. Specifically things like orange juice, I can have like a glass and be fine, but if I had more than that, I would feel awful. I can't have certain heavy cream ice creams, otherwise I literally will feel sick. Yeah. I've been on the hunt. There's like one almond based ice cream that I really, really like. That's like little almond ice cream cubes with chocolate on them. And those are pretty good. But I don't like them consistently. Like I can only eat a couple and then be like, yeah, I'm good, because they're pretty rich. But yeah, just like normal ass ice creams. I've never found one that's coconut or almond or whatever based that's really good, you know, where I'm just like, man, I could really go for some ice cream. So I just don't eat ice cream very often. Dairy-free Ben and Jerry's is good. Maybe I'll try it. Maybe I'll just get like a bunch of them. Do a taste test of all of them. Make it a video. Hello, everybody. This is my first video back in months. I'm going to taste test ice cream. Sometimes I think about making a video and then I think, are people going to be pissed off that this is my first video in months? Probably. Oh, shit. No talking, just silently eat ice cream. Oh my God. And then just put a score up on the screen, but don't say anything. That's like the opposite of all of my other content. I never stop talking in most of my content. So to make a video that's just me silently eating ice cream would be so fucking weird. Oh, fuck.
That makes me laugh. It makes me laugh.
Oh, I caught myself being emotional over missing Naruto while listening to Naruto music. I understand this feel. Any tips for another fun, emotional anime with a good story? Do you want like an epic, like Naruto was, where it's just like, this is gonna be my life. Like, it's gonna take me forever to catch up with this, but I'm gonna get really invested. The people that I know that have been able to catch up with One Piece consider One Piece to be like definitely along those lines. I would say Boku no Hero was along the same lines of like, here are a bunch of kids and I'm gonna get really attached to all of them and like really root for them. Yeah. Give me something that lasts some years. One Piece. One Piece for sure. I like black clover, but it can be very yelly. Yeah. Sometimes I forget how lucky I am to have no allergies or intestinal problems. My sister has foods that she won't eat. Yeah, I know somebody who's allergic to garlic. Literally cannot have garlic. There's garlic in everything. A friend of mine like has really bad reactions to milk-based stuff. So like for me, I just have, you know, intestinal like problems with like digesting it. But for her, it's like breakout. So she can't have anything with dairy in it at all. Yeah. Kristen is allergic to nuts, like pretty much all nuts, but she can be around them. She just can't eat them. So sometimes when we've had nuts like in the office, she's just been like, just don't touch me with it. Just Please don't touch me. Why did you say nuts like that? Like what? I know a child who's allergic to everything from potatoes to eggs. Oof, God. Yeah, two of my friends in recent memory have gone in and gotten like the allergy prick test done and been at least slightly allergic to everything. I can't imagine. It's similar to my mom. My mom isn't allergic to things really that you eat though, fortunately. But she's airborne allergies, is allergic to so many things. So she gets really bad sinus headaches and infections and all of that. And when I was a kid, she had to like go into the hospital for it, and it was bad.
Welcome, you fine cat-loving, coffee-drinking burrito babe.
That being said, skin tests can throw false positive. Blood tests are better as a backup. I'm allergic to the outside. That's like my mom, yeah. I'm allergic to chores. Yuck, 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 yuck. I'm only allergic to cats, but we have 6 of them. Is it true that, like, depending on the allergy, you could be allergic to the dander, but you could be allergic to, like, their saliva? So you could be fine as long as they don't lick you. Mm. Yeah, Rory. So when I was talking about being a farmhand earlier and helping out with like alpacas and stuff, the lady who owned that farm, very allergic to like perfumes and smells and things. So working there, I've told this story a few times, but when I started working there, she brought me in and sniffed me, like sniffed all over me and was like, if you're going to work here, I need you to change your shampoo, your conditioner, you need to stop using dryer sheets. Like had this big list of things for me to change because she could smell like the chemicals and things on me. And yeah, she had like a small reaction to just like smelling them on me. So she was like, I really need you to swap things over because I'm just really, really sensitive to it. So I did because I needed the job and I didn't care. I was like, it's probably better for me not to use these chemicals anyway. So sure, I can do that. I had to Google what dander was. I'm definitely allergic to that. Gotcha. I also smell all the new employees for reasons. Jesus. My family. Hi, bubbies. Dinosaur.
Can you have her a couple minutes?
Yeah, of course. Here comes Nuggy. Hello. I was... Hi. Absolutely. Yeah, I was telling everybody about how we lost Georgie. Aw, we lost Georgie Pig. But it's okay, because Nanny's going to get us a new one, huh? This is Clark. She's almost 13 months old. A year and a month. Rah. Dinosaur. She's very cute. How did you settle on grandparent names? I mean, both sets of grandparents already had names from other grandchildren. So my mom was already Nana, my dad was already Papa, and on Sam's side, it was already Nanny and Granddad. So it just happened to be that there was no overlap, thank goodness. Huh. Huh. Mwah. I should probably move these glass things, huh? So that you don't toss them. That would be unfortunate, don't you think? Can I eat it? Ah. Nah. 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 What else do we do? What else do you mimic? I'm trying to think. We blow kisses a lot, huh? Mwah. Mwah. What? What? You're silly. What is this? Pig? Can you say pig? Let's fucking dive out of this pop quiz. Bye.
Bye bye bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye. You're not leaving yet. You're not leaving yet.
Bye bye bye.
No, you're not leaving yet. You're not leaving yet, goofball. Can you low five? Low five? Hold on. Boop. There we go. Beep, 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 beep. Low five? Oh, you want it this way. High five? There we go. She'll move my hand depending on whether she wants to do a low five or a high five. High five? High five? Those are books. Book.
Bye bye.
Book. It's Daddy. All right. I know. Daddy's the best. All right. Now you can say bye-bye. 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 Mwah. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. She's like, good job.
She said,
Bye-bye-bye.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Mwah. Oh, no. Here.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Here you go. Thank
Say,
you.
Mwah.
Mwah. Bye-bye. Okay. Bye. I'll see you in a bit, okay? I won't stream much longer. Uh-huh. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. My cold heart is thawing. Yeah, it's definitely bye-bye. She doesn't know. Because we don't say bottle that much, really. We mostly say milk. So she's definitely not trying to say bottle, I don't think. She's really into saying bye-bye, though. Like, sometimes we'll be on a call. Like, I'll be on a call with my mom. And halfway through, Clark will go, bye-bye, bye-bye, bye, and just walk away. And my mom's like, I guess she's done talking to me. Oh yeah, Insomniac. I think that that's normal, and I think to like put a hard line in the sand, like either you like kids and you want to have them, or you don't like kids and you don't want to have them, is so silly. I know plenty of people who are like, I love kids, I don't want kids, I don't think I would be a good parent, or I just don't have any interest in raising a child. But I think kids are great. I love kids. Love being around them in small bursts, and then I get to go home and, you know, not deal with it. I think that that's totally valid. And if you're like, yeah, I love kids, and somebody's like, but you don't want any, that doesn't make any sense. It does. It totally makes sense. Kids are a lot of fucking work, and not everybody wants to have a kid or raise a kid or adopt a kid or any of that. I didn't want them until I met my partner. And yeah, now I really want them. Yeah, I mean, that happens too, right? Like somebody might be like, I really want kids. And then, you know, hit a point in their life where they're like, actually, maybe I'm fine not, you know, I know a lot of kids. A lot of my friends have had kids. I get to interact with them. And that kind of like soothes that for me. And I'm fine. I don't really want one anymore. Or the opposite, right? You spend all this time being like, I don't think that I really want to have kids. And then you hit a point in your life where you go, actually, I could do that. That sounds fun.
Welcome,
Right?
you
I think it's
fine
just
cat-loving,
sometimes
coffee-drinking burrito babe.
we build it up on one side or the other too much, right? It's either I don't want to have a kid because it's going to like ruin my entire life, right? Because everything's going to have to change and I can never do anything for myself anymore, which I think that is so silly. Like this idea that once a parent is a parent, they're nothing else anymore. That's not true. Your life doesn't have to be that way. But yeah. I want to teach elementary school, so I would like a break from kids when I go home. That's fair. Super fair. Parenting does mean a lot of compromises, for sure. But I think your life doesn't have to only be about being a parent. And it shouldn't. You should like take time to remember, what do I enjoy doing? Right? If your entire identity is I'm a mom or I'm a dad. And I realize depending on the situation, it can be rough depending on like your kid. But I think for your own like personal health and like value of yourself, it's good to take time and be like, I'm going to go do something for me so that I don't go crazy. Yeah, Juniper, I did the same thing, but like on the opposite side. Where like when Sam and I got together and it was obvious that it was like gonna be serious, I was like, by the way, at an IHOP, we were at an IHOP eating pancakes, and I was like, by the way, I absolutely want kids. Just FYI. And if you don't want kids, like that's totally fine. I just need you to know that that's my future, right? And he was like, oh. It's like before we get even more like involved and serious, I just need you to know like I want kids 100%. So I don't want you to waste your time if that's not the future that you want, you know. The twinkle in your eye happened at an IHOP. I think it just kind of naturally came up. And I was like, side note, sidebar. I didn't do the thing where I was like, and I know people who have done this, no judgment at all. I didn't do the thing where I was like, here's my 5-year plan for my life. Are you on board or not? Like I didn't do that. It was just, I'd like to have kids. I don't want to be too old when I have kids. Not that there is a too old, but like, you know, I probably want to start thinking about having kids around 30. So just FYI, that's my plan. I'm down to have kids. I'm down to adopt kids, but I know I want to be a mom. So there you go. There was a plant on my desk that I was watering. I forgot it existed for 4 days and it almost died. It was in front of me and I forgot about it. Yeah. I remember Sam saying that he would lay awake at night staring at the ceiling thinking about that. Hi, David. What's the wrong thing about pregnancy no one talks about? What do you mean by wrong? Do you mean like hard? What's like a hard thing about being pregnant? Oh, worst. What's the worst thing about pregnancy nobody talks about? My pregnancy was pretty all right, to be honest. I didn't have a whole lot of issues. I didn't have like sleepless nights where she wouldn't stop moving very often. I didn't have like, I had some back problems, which is normal. I had like that month or so where food tasted disgusting. That was rough. That was probably the worst part. And then near the end, I just wanted it out, which I think is also pretty normal. But like, I didn't have the same sort. I didn't have any morning sickness. I didn't have any bad cravings. Like everything that I went through was pretty chill, to be honest. So, do you ever miss being pregnant? No. My my sister-in-law was just like, man, having a baby made me want like 1 million babies. And I was like, that's funny because I wanted 1 million babies. And now that I have a baby, I think maybe one's fine. I think maybe one's good. I'm fine with just one. Yeah, I like the idea of a big family because I was so much younger than my siblings that, we didn't have like an active, like lively household or anything, which was fine. I got very used to it, and still as an adult, like I appreciate really like peaceful, quiet moments, right? I like when the house is quiet. And I think that's probably why I really love mornings. Like I was saying earlier, I really love the mornings with Clark where she's just playing and I'm doing my thing and I make a coffee and she's like babbling and walking around and it's just quiet and it's nice and it's morning and, I like it. I like it a lot. But yeah, I didn't have the like overload of siblings, right? And Sam did. And Sam does not want that for us. He loves his siblings. He would die for all of them. But he's like, I don't want us to have like 5 kids in a row. Like, so yeah, once we had Clark, I'm definitely in the mode right now of like, I'm down to just keep enjoying Clark. If we want to adopt a kid later or have another kid at some point, it probably won't be for a few years. That's why whenever I like give away all my baby stuff and I talk about it and people are like, but what about if you have another kid? It's not going to be for a while, y'all. It's not going to be for a while. Better that it be used by somebody who's having a baby right now than just be sitting waiting for us to like maybe one day have another child that can use it. I grew up in a huge family. It made me super introverted. That's kind of what happened to Sam. Yeah. Is like he sort of like hid a lot, I think. But he also, got horribly addicted to video games. So it was really easy for him to be like, bye, just get on the computer. I'm a triplet. Oh man, I always wanted a twin. I think because we were in the middle of the woods and again, all of my siblings were so much older. I like really wanted a twin, like somebody that I could play with. My mom is a twin and they call each other every single day, even though they live really close to each other. Like they are 100% like best friends, and they have been best friends their entire life. And that like sounds so appealing to me, you know, to just like have this like built-in best friend that you have shared your whole family life with and all of this stuff. But yeah. If you're a twin, you always get the stereotypical twin questions. For sure. I'm sure that's true. I'm sure it's fucking obnoxious in plenty of ways. Yeah, I've gotten a lot closer with my siblings now that we're all like adults. Like I you know, I call my sister every week now, which I didn't used to do. I used to maybe talk to my sister on the phone once a year. And I now talk to her every week, and I feel so like involved in her life and like way more involved with my little nieces and my nephew. They're all in their 20s. My nephew's in his 30s. I don't know why I say little, but I feel like I know more about what's going on with them, and they've been really involved with Clark and stuff, and that's been really cool. And I try to make sure that I message my brother all the time, and like, yeah, as a kid, I was just so much younger than them that we didn't have a whole lot of ways to connect. My brother and I played video games together, and that was pretty much it. My sister didn't even live in the house. So, yeah, it's cool now connecting with them, because I totally get any of you who are like, I was an only child and it was really lonely, or like it was really boring. Like, I kind of get that, because my siblings were like off living their lives, right? My sister was raising her kid, and my brother was going to college and finding himself or whatever. So like, I get it. Yeah. I am 31, right? I'm 31. My brother is 42. He's going to be turning 43 soon. And then my sister is 48, 49, one of those. Can confirm you're 31. Great. Once I hit 30 I was so excited about it, and then I just stopped giving a shit. Are we going to play something today? No, I'm going to wrap up in a minute, actually. I don't know why it's so bizarre to me that you can have siblings almost 20 years older than you. Yeah, well, my mom had me at 40, around 40 years old. So she was still like in the zone of like, you can pretty much safely have a baby, but there might be complications. And like, I gave her gestational diabetes, and like there were issues. But none of them were bad, and it was a fine pregnancy overall. I was not planned. They didn't think they could get pregnant anymore, so that was a surprise. And yeah. So my brother and my sister came around at like what I think people would consider a more like normal time to have children, whereas I was like an unplanned 40 something baby. Dodged the age limit. Nice. Yeah, they were very happy. They were very happy to have me, but I was not planned. Yeah, well, like, I was told, and I don't know how true this is, but I was told that, like, because I'm smaller, potential issues can with like pregnancy can happen earlier. So I think a lot of people are told like if you're interested in having kids, 33-ish is like the cutoff for when you're at your like best. But I don't know. I don't know if that's just like another like thing that they say or if it's like based on anything. But yeah, for me, they said probably because you're smaller, you'll probably want to like, if you really want kids, you probably want to think about having kids like early 30s. Yeah, I think it's just like a general guideline probably, but I don't know. Canis Magus, that's actually really funny. Yeah, I've had a couple of friends who like were trying and 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 trying to have kids. And gave up and then got pregnant. Which I think is so interesting. So yeah, if y'all are trying and nothing's happening and you're feeling real sad about it, it could still happen. You'd be shocked how common that story is. It makes me wonder if like the pressure of trying to have a baby like affects your system somehow. Yeah, exactly, John. If there's like a stress aspect of like, I really want to get pregnant. I really want to get pregnant. And your whole system gets all kind of like screwy from the hormones of like being stressed out, like trying to make a baby, right? Like, I don't know. Everybody's throwing all kinds of shit in the chat. Just reading it. Just reading. I think some of it's speculation, but that's fine. It's fine. It's whatever. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember enough about this story to tell it, so never mind. There was a really interesting Radio Lab about like a couple that that couldn't get pregnant because something was happening with the wife, and then they like she was basically told like there is no way in hell, there's no fucking way you will ever be pregnant, and then she had like 4 or 5 kids. I was trying to remember like what the actual situation was, but I can't, so whatever. Do you play video games? I do. On Saturdays, we just chit chat for the most part. So. How are the kitties treating the little one? Are they being good siblings? They are. Sherlock specifically is very good with her. He's very patient. He lets her touch him as long as she isn't too aggressive. So we've been teaching her like gentle touches, gentle touches. We've tried to make a show of like when we pet the cats, we don't grab, right? It's flat hand, pet. So she's gotten really good about just like softly touching him. But sometimes she gets really excited and she like runs over to touch him, and then that freaks him out and he leaves. But for the most part, yeah, they like Sherlock and Clark get along fine. Watson still doesn't really want anything to do with Clark. They'll hang out, like they'll be in the same area, but Watson will not let Clark touch her at all. Will the cats come to England with you? Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. No, they've never Sherlock batted at Clark with no claws once because she like grabbed a big fistful of his skin and hair and he was just like, me. But didn't like hurt her or anything. It was just like, fuck off, basically. That's the only thing that's ever happened. Yeah, Clark has a natural dual citizenship because Sam is an English citizen and I'm an American citizen. So we can submit like paperwork and pictures and stuff for her, and she will qualify as an English citizen, which is great. Mm-hmm. Do I do this for a living? Just sit here and like talk bullshit? I do. Yeah. I do. What's up? I swear I play games sometimes, but this is mostly it. Yeah, I have other supplements of income. I own a coffee company. I have an apparel line with my friend Danny. Other stuff, but but this is I do this every day. I sit here and talk shit. Subscribe. Hey, hit that follow button. Hit that bell. What? All those. You're doing a great job. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Smash that bell, fam.
So good.
I love that that's like taken off as a thing. Like I get that it's like important, but it cracks me up when I watch a stream and they're like, make sure you smash that bell. Like, yeah. CPU dude, thank you so much for gifting a bunch of subs. We'll wrap up in a second here and I'll read off everything that's happened since the beginning of the stream. So thank you all so much for the subs, resubs, all of that stuff. You guys are amazing. I appreciate it. You're a pleasant presence in my life. Thank you. Thank you very much. I know somebody was asking about like Clark long term in terms of like this, right? Because before we had Clark, I was like, I don't want to just like put her out there all the time. I don't want to constantly post pictures of her. I don't want to like constantly show her on stream. And she does come to say hi like almost every stream. I'm trying to like figure out because I definitely don't. There's going to be a point where that stops happening. Like if she wants to come in and say hi really quick and then peace out, that's fine. But like the extended periods of time where like she's there, I want her to be old enough that she can make the decision for herself if she wants to be on camera or not. So yeah, Sam and I have talked about that quite a bit. We don't want, to like market her basically. I imagine it'll grow into how Mini Wheat is handled. Yeah, totally. Like Mini Wheat for a while there, you would just see like little glimpses of him when he would come say goodnight to DJ, right? And it was adorable and it was super cute. But like it wasn't until he got a bit older that he started like actively doing things. Gotta pay her his salary for every appearance. Yikes. Honey, will you please come on my stream? I don't know, Mom. Will you give me? Yikes. Anyway, on that note, on the note of my sweet and precious child, let's read off everything today. Wow, a lot happened. A lot has happened here. Thank you all so much. David, are you still here? I'm wondering if the Dodger Pro-Am is still happening. Because if it is, we should definitely raid that. I can just go check. You know what? I can just check to see if it is. It finished a few minutes ago. Son of a bitch. Okay, never mind. Well, I hope any of you who watched it or participated had fun. Okay. Horfast, thank you so much for the 5 months. Moriel Ark, thank you so much for the 3. Winter Night, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Mabosaha, thank you so much for the 2. Kukalamoko for the 31. Leandro for the 6. VTMC for the 27. Black Wings for the 30. Obviously a Corgi for the 6. Billionth Swine, thank you for the 45. Avenging Sassy for the 41. Nebula Coffee, thank you for the 38. Arnar, thank you for gifting subs earlier. To Coziest, Marlo PI, A Thing, Ginster, and Stasilanthropus. All of you, welcome and welcome back to the Cat Gang. Arnar, thank you again for those. Make sure that you thank Arnar if you were gifted a sub by him today. Mrs. Cloudlion, thank you for the 13. Stay hydrated, my dude. Thank you for the 11. Soul Edgar, thank you for the biddies. Davey3, thank you for the 45. I haven't been able to catch a stream that often. I hope you, Sam, and Clark are doing well. We are. We're doing fantastic. Thank you. Something Danger Zone, thank you for the 14. Hungover Hugo for the 31. Thorson for the 17. First stream after 3 months trip to Japan. I hope you had a blast. Apparently we're going to Japan soon. I don't know when, but... Sunny Diglett, thank you for the 3. Liverezia, thank you for the 27. Kenzarius for the 2. Fight Groth for the 10. High Lace for the 3. Avi, thank you for gifting us up to Living of Stories. Welcome back, Living of Stories. Thank you, Avi. Falican, thank you for the 34. Dogfight for the 19. K-Math for the 10. Mew XO for the 14. Chero for the 35. Orange Jesters for the 1 year. Happy anniversary. Thank you very much. Guy Stuser, thank you so much for the 2. Charleston Art, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. I hope you're having a great day. Teviston, thank you for the 30. Random Lights for the 40. PG Wipeout for the 17. Salutations from the Serious Goobers. Ordered my first batch of coffee. Ground course. Use the Keurig with a reusable filter. Yeah. Kino Winterwolf, thank you so much for the 1 year. Happy anniversary to you as well. Thank you. Thank you. Sippin' Sodas, thank you so much for the biddies. And thank you again for the sweet message. Arnar gifted a sub to Sippin' Sodas. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you, Arnar, for that. Erwin Blah, thank you for the 1 year. Happy anniversary. To One and Only Stevie for the 50. Inspector Sky for the 30. Actual LD 50 for the 2 years. Happy anniversary to you as well. Thank you so much for all the support, guys. Rapid Ninja, thank you for the 2 months. Raven in a Golden Cage, thank you for the 16. DM Beach, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Street Viking for the 18. Broken Plaything for the 3 years. Happy anniversary. Yo! Thank you very much. Absolute Uppercut, thank you so much for the biddies. Arman 0 for the 43. Exiled Viper for the 41. Elatus for the 15. I remember when you brought Watson home, she was such an adorable little bean. I know, man. She's still pretty cute, to be fair. Terry Wimberly, thank you for the 19. Turnip Head for the 9. Happy Twitch baby. Citro, thank you for the 42. ABT Silence, thank you for the biddies. Did you happen to watch the Starlight Brigade music video? I did not, but I hear it's fantastic. Linda the Wind Panda, thank you for the 2 years. Happy anniversary to you. Thank you, thank you. Cruiser, thank you for the biddies. And congratulations again on graduating. Tarth Eleanor, thank you so much for the 6. Boxa for the 51. My colleague is on a cattle show with his horse this weekend. I assume this is when we were talking about horses. Ray Spark, thank you for the 35. Hope you're having a great day. Almost 4 years. I was in college when I first subbed, and now I've graduated, but I'm still loving the streams. Thank you very much. Carry On, thank you for the 2 months. Dave Trade for the 3. Juliet Ta for the 22. V Ask for the 1 year. Happy anniversary. Yuiko Ishikawa, thank you so much for the host. Sorry that I missed that. I appreciate it. Jupstein, thank you so much for the 16 months. Arnar, thank you for gifting us up to Senna. Senna 4K4, welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you, Arnar. Chris Viking, thank you for the 56 months. Suitor for the 17. Zeppelin, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you for the Prime. Zebin, thank you for the 16. It's Hafu. Thank you so much for the 37. Oh, Hafu. Homres, thank you for the 39. Dedest for the 27. Small Tom Gaming for the 26. Maggie for the 13. Feed for the 6. Cat Babble for the 23. Fury, thank you for the 5. I almost said 3 for some reason. I think because it would have rhymed. Thank you for the 5. Balrog Army, thank you for the 25. Shiren for the 43. Mick Jazz Hands, thank you very much for subscribing. And Cadius, thank you so much for subscribing as well. Both of you, welcome to the Cat Gang. Flash Redux, thank you for the 35. Marsters for the 35 as well. Nomad, thank you for subscribing. Welcome, welcome. Arnar, thank you for gifting subs to Wander1010, Intart, Dreamstrife, Admiral Huey, Dexless, all of you, welcome to the Cat Gang or welcome back. Thank you so much, Arnar, for those. Mighty Moo Kid, thank you for the 2. Alex Onyx Rose, thank you for the 1 year. Happy anniversary. Bellix, thank you so much for the 8. Catus Magus for the 19. Radio Tower for the 1 year as well. Happy anniversary. Thank you for the support. Mola Koala, thank you for the 14. Misk for the 31. Silver at Heart for the 6. Megan Saris, thank you for the 35. Fistifer for the 35 as well. Sushi Cat, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Saint Butt, thank you for the 17. CPU Dude, thank you for gifting subs to Effenbach. Effenbach, it was your 1 year. Happy anniversary. It was a gift. Effenbach, Carl von Weber, Senatime, Wygoram, and Fjurg. All of you, welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you very much, CPU Dude. Be sure to thank CPU Dude if you were gifted a sub by that person. Steven Sand, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Unhappy Muscle Lover. Unhappy Muscle Lover, what a good name. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you, Steven Sand. Sevatiel, thank you so much for the biddies. Watch Starlight Brigade. Okay, I will. Quick Draw Kid, thank you for the 21. Balak for the 21 as well. And GK Gamer Fan for the 21 as well. Thank you all so much. Have an incredible day. I will hopefully see you tomorrow night Pacific time, if you would like to tune in, and we might prep a bunch of like fruits and veggies and things to dehydrate. So yeah, it'll just be a chill study hall stream. If there's anything you would like to work on, or if you just want to hang out, feel free to tune in and we'll all work on stuff together and chill, and it'll be fun. Otherwise, whenever you can show up again, if you enjoyed yourself, I would love it if you showed up again. Okay, I'll find somebody to raid. In the meantime, enjoy the music, and I'll see you next time. Bye.